I can only sit in the dining room if I am eating food. A long time ago. I mean something like 35 plus years. I was a wee little shit. 14 to 15. With a bit of a smart-ass attitude. I worked at the local pizza place and generally liked my job. My manager was a young 18 to 19 lady that the team would get high and drunk with after work. And typically just hung out and partied all the time at her apartment. Well, the owner decided that she was a little too young to be the manager. So he demoted her to assistant and hired a new general manager. We'll call him Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith ended the employee discount for food. And ended our perk of getting to eat messed up orders because he thought that we messed them up all the time on purpose. Plus he liked to eat anchovies right out of the can, gross. So he was all around not very popular with the kids on staff. Including me. Another rule that he put in place was that during our breaks, we could not sit at any of the tables in the dining area unless we were eating something. But he never specified what we had to eat. Cue the malicious compliance. At this point in history, another pizza chain that was famous for avoiding the Noid opened up a test pizza delivery place called Pizza Dispatch. This was a test to see if people would still like the pizza under a different name. The pizzas were 100% the same. The ingredients even had the original chain's name on the boxes. So one night during a really busy shift, I was told to go on break in 15 minutes. So I went to the payphone. We weren't allowed to use the store phones for unofficial business. And called up Pizza Dispatch. They took my order. Didn't believe that I wanted it delivered to a different pizza place. But after I explained the situation, they were game. The guy probably didn't believe me still. But they delivered. They even expedited it for me. So 15 minutes go by. I go on break and I sit in the closet that we had for a break area until I hear Mr. Smith ask, "What the fuck are you doing in here?" The delivery guy reached into his bag and said, "I have a delivery for jcmacon." I stepped out and said, "That's me," under the blistering stare of Mr. Smith. I paid for the pizza. Gave a very healthy tip for the speed. Then went and sat down at a dining room table. Opened my box with my pizza as Mr. Smith came up and tried to make me eat somewhere else. I said, "You said that we could only sit in the dining room on our breaks if we were eating. You bring your lunch every day. Today, I brought mine." He got pretty mad. But I didn't push him far enough to get fired. But what did happen is that employees got our discount back. We were able to eat messed up orders. And Mr. Smith ended up teaching me a lot about work ethic. How to run a small business. Complete inventory and compute the profit and loss statement each month. This was in the mid-80s, so we didn't have computers in the stores. We did it all on paper. I ended up working for him the entire time he was a manager at our small restaurant and followed him to another chain later on. I still think about him and the lessons he taught me from time to time. While he wasn't a great manager at the beginning, he ended up being a great leader and mentor. Note: I turned off notifications for this post since I am about to go to bed. Oh. And my wife says I am still a little shit with a smart-ass attitude. I appreciate how Mr. Smith was like, "You little shit, let's be allies." A buddy of mine that owned a pizza place used to eat food from the restaurant next door in the lobby. It never was an issue. What with 90% of his business being delivery and him having lunch in the mid-afternoon lull. Well, until it was. A customer picking up a pizza stomped over and asked why he wasn't eating his own product. Sometimes you just feel like a burger. You know? And they make a really good burger. That was apparently the wrong answer. Because she threw her pizza at him. After that, when he wanted a burger, he ate next door at the burger joint. Well played. Looks like he also learned a little from the smart-arsed little shite. A pizza test kitchen sounds great. I wonder what kind of crazy ideas they had and if they ever made it to the main pizza chain. I worked at Pizza Hut franchise in the early 80s and we would order from Pizza Inn down the street. Just because they had different stuff. Our district manager would lose his shish. Our manager. His little brother thought it was funny as hell. But made us eat in back. I didn't expect this to turn out to be such a heartwarming tale. It really says something about you that you were able to acknowledge all of the good things that Mr. Smith taught you. It really says something about Mr. Smith that he didn't fire you right away for that ordering a competitor's product stunt. I do think that you may have inadvertently taught him something then as well. This story definitely took a turn for the wholesome. Have a great day. I once worked for a Domino's franchisee that was, at one point, the manager for a pizza dispatch. As you said, it was exactly the same food, just operating under a different brand name. He is still amused to this day by the number of customers that chimed in saying this pizza was so much better than Domino's. This was very enjoyable. This is one of the best MC stories I've read. Not only did it have MC but a good ending. The sign of a good manager is a willingness to change. I did not expect that twist. Would your wife be willing to also call me a little shit with a smartass attitude? I have worked in several restaurants where we were allowed to eat messed up orders. There was always that one person who would intentionally mess up orders and we would all lose the privilege of eating the orders for a while. Ha ha ha, great story. The guys at the other pizza place would have had such a shock. Hey, you might have had an attitude. But you were smart enough to be willing to learn from someone who didn't present themselves as decent person as a first impression. That is a hard lesson to learn for anyone. But to pick up on that as a teen is impressive. I think it's kind of beautiful in a way that your MC wound up leading to a great working relationship with Mr. Smith. Well done. You little shit. Excellent. Mr. Smith taught you a lot. But only after you taught him quite a bit about being a decent manager. If you can't beat M, join M. Are you still in touch with Mr. Smith these days? Me and my anchovy eating habit feel attacked flushed. No food discounts as a shit move. But the rest was reasonable to me. Employees sitting in the dining room, assuming it's possibly busy, isn't great. I can totally see teenagers messing up a pizza to get free lunch. As I was reading through the rules, he seemed like a good manager from the start. The owner was right, by the way. The 18Y. Oh, was too young. You were remembering your side of this as a punk-ass 14Y. Oh, I don't know how you got so lucky that he mentored you instead of firing you for being a prick. Good malicious compliance though.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.